Hi everyone, and welcome to First and Cedar Knitting. My name is Megan, and this is a podcast where I talk about all of my creative makings, mostly knitting. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. I don't have a sewing machine. I'm currently living in Japan. We will be heading back to the United States in October, November, and I did not bring my sewing machine with me just because we had to bring some other essentials, and so I do sew, but I don't have any sewing content, but that might come later in the future. It's been like a month since I last did a podcast, and I feel like I should have a lot more to show for that amount of time. We just got really busy, school got out, my daughter finished second grade, so we've had a busy summer, but I finally was able to find some time to record today. So hopefully the editing won't take too long and I'll get this out fairly quickly. So yeah, thanks for being here. I'm excited. We're gonna start talking about my finished objects, which I do have a couple, and then we're gonna move on to my works in progress, and then some of the things that I'm going to be casting on fairly soonish, and then end with just life chat and whatnot. So here we go. We're gonna start with my finished objects. First finished object I want to share with you guys is the one I'm wearing, and this is just, I'm calling it my faux button band tee, and it's a raglan construction top. It's loose. It's got about maybe 4 or 5 inches of positive ease on it. And I did this like faux button band down the front and then added some buttons, did a split hem on it. And it is made out of Daruma brand yarn. Let me look here real quick. I grabbed one before I started recording. Here it is. It's a Daruma yarn, and it's linen, Ramie, and cotton. Sorry. And it's a fingering weight, and it's 70% cotton, 15% linen, and 15% Ramie. And it actually, out of all of the summer yarns that I've used, this has actually been really enjoyable to work with. I worked on a 2.75 millimeter needle, which is a US 2, I believe, and once I got closed up here in the front after I did my staggered start raglan, made it a circle, I was going round and round and round, doing my raglan increases down the side there with a nice loose sleeve, and I finished it, and then it took me like 2 weeks to actually put the buttons on. There's just something about sewing on buttons, and I'm so glad. I was able to wear it before, but it just kind of looked funny because it had like the button band element, but you didn't really know what it was. But yeah, now with the buttons, and I'll do a little close up, it's just some purl rows down the center of the shirt to give it that like faux button band look. And so once I finished this, my daughter of course was like, I want one, and so she picked out the same yarn, but for her I did this beautiful blue. She picked it out. She's my blue girl, and I made it, and I think my gauge on this, I don't know why, maybe because I'd gotten used to working on such a small gauge, it's a little bit tighter. So I need to go back and undo the bottom, probably knit to where the ribbing ends and then add ribbing, because right now when she lifts her hands up, it's showing her belly button, and she wears her shorts ridiculously low on her hips pretty much, and not at her natural waist. She doesn't really have like a waist because she's little anyway, and so she wears them really low, so it really just needs to be longer. The fit of the sleeves and the raglan is fine, it's too short, which proportionally it looks like it should fit, but it is just a little bit too short. And I've done this twice now where I've made her just these little summer shirts, that don't take very long, and I've made them too short because I get impatient, I think. And she wanted the button band detail on the sleeve, so I might add a couple of buttons along the top of the sleeve for hers once I get the length right, because I'm definitely not going to put the effort into putting on buttons if she's not going to be able to wear it because it's too small. So these were my most recent finished objects. Prior to starting this top, I did do another shirt for myself, which I might try on for you. Why don't I do that? Because I'll be able to show how it fits the best. Okay, we did a quick wardrobe change. And so I haven't worn this one a lot because it has some issues, and I'm trying to debate whether or not I should unravel it. As you can tell, because you can see the bottom of my sports line and some cleavage, I think I made it too deep. I really feel like it should come to here, maybe just have a tiny bit of that. So I wanted a deep V, and I was able to try it on as I went. And then also my armholes ended up being too deep. I wanted it to be loose. So far I've only worn it as like a swimsuit cover. Sorry, just in my shorts. So it really is like a cute silhouette. It just, I think I went a little too big. Like if it closed there, it'd be perfect. So I maybe need to go back and undo it. It also has the faux button band detail at the front, which I think adds to the bigness of it. So I finished this, and it's just kind of been sitting there. I think I'm going to unravel it. This yarn does kind of, once it's been wet blocked, it holds its shape pretty well, so it might be a pain. It might look funny to reuse it. Oh, I've got to end there. But yeah, a little bit of a cap sleeve. This one was the first time I've constructed this type of construction. I've got my shoulder seam going here. The back, I did some ribbing integrated into the edge. And here I have some garter to keep it from curling, but I don't think I did quite enough because it still folds right on that garter stitch. So this is kind of a fail. It's my knitting summer knitting fail, where it really needed to be like this and come in closer here too, and I think it would fit a lot better if I didn't have, like, this is a good 2 inches that I went too far, and here I think I've also got a good 2 inches. Now this one I had to just kind of finish it and put it to the side because just the neckline itself, I re-knit this part like 3 times. The first time it was like here. I could barely get it over my head, and that wasn't the look I was going for. The second time it was sitting like this, like it was just way too wide on both sides. And so I finally got the neck part here right, and I was so kind of just done that I didn't quite take the time to really think about how deep my V was gonna go, because it had been right here the first time, and I didn't like it. And I was like, I want a deep V, it's summer, I want, you know. Anyway, so yeah, so this is my knitting fail of the season, which I think is another reason why I didn't come back on for quite a while and do a podcast, because this was all I had to show, was like this not very good top. So yeah, so let's move on to works in progress. I'll change back into the white shirt that came out beautifully and I'm actually really excited to wear. It is hot here in Japan. We are in the outskirts of Tokyo, and it's hot and humid, and we do not have central air conditioning. We have individual units in each room, and so we turn them off if we're not going to be in that room. So the upstairs where I am is generally not air conditioned. I did turn it on to do this episode, and it's not quite kicking up. I'm like, I can feel myself sweating. So works in progress, because this one came out so beautifully and I'm so in love with it. The only thing is I do have a little bit of extra fabric here, so I am making another one. This one's textured. Same brand of yarn, same make of yarn. So I've just been using this summer yarn like crazy. I really do love it. I've tried other summer yarns and it's a thin fingering weight. The cotton doesn't feel too dry. I think the linen and the Ramie help it just kind of be super nice. So I'm making another one, and it's got a broken rib texture. This is my sleeve. You can see how it grows out of that center raglan seam. And then this is the back. And so I'm thinking for this one, I'm gonna do what's called a compound raglan, which means that you grow here, and then once I get to about this distance, which is almost where I'm completing my circle, just almost where I'm at, I'm going to slow my raglan increases down so my fabric doesn't keep growing at that same rate. It'll grow like this. So it grows quick here and then not so quick once I got my shoulder distance put in, which I'm really close to being at that point. Because I have joined in the round. So I might need to start switching. I need to count my raglan increases and then kind of count how many raglan increases I have to here. Because then I need to slow down. Right now I've been doing one round with my increases, one round no increases, and so I'm planning on doing one round of increases, 3 rounds, or 2 rounds maybe of no increases, and then do another increase to slow down the growth of the fabric. But I'm super excited about that one. This is a mint color that I used for a different top, and I don't know why I bought like 6 balls or 8 balls total, thinking I was gonna do long sleeve with this like super fine, and I didn't end up doing that. I did complete, and it's in a previous episode, a petite knit top with this. I think it's the Anchors tee, but this one's gonna be a really pretty mint color. So I just cast this one on as soon as I finished the blue one, because I did the blue one after this, and I did the blue one fairly quick because it's a child one. But yeah, super excited to hopefully finish one more, and if I can have 2 tops that came out really good from this summer knitting before I get into more winter knitting, that would be amazing. So that's my first work in progress. My second work in progress has not been worked on at all, just because it has been so incredibly hot and just kind of where I'm at on it. So this is the No Frills sweater by Petite Knit, and this is my first ever time using mohair. So I'm on the body, so it's just kind of in the round. I've completed this much, and if you watched my last episode, there's probably not much progress. I do like this color a lot. I think once fall gets here, I'll be wearing this one quite a bit, and it's just a regular raglan as well, so it's kind of got a higher neck. I follow the Petite Knit pattern completely. It has the short rows. That has the short rows, so that's the back. This is the front. No, this is the front, that's the back. Like this. And it's gonna be nice, oversized. I think a good 6 inches of positive ease for my size. So I have this one. I haven't made much progress on it since the last episode, so I'm not going to go on and on about it, but I'm excited to have it because I think it's a good color for me, and one of my better episodes, which I actually need to finish once this is done, is one where I talk about starting this project and continuing it on. Another project that hasn't seen much work, which I'm also considering undoing, is my black linen, which is tank top. I don't think I'm going to wear it, so I'm holding it upside down so you can get a good idea. I'm still just missing finishing one of the strap pieces, and then I'll be done. I think we're about to get interrupted by a toddler. Mama! Anyway. So I haven't worked on this at all, and I have 2 more balls, which is enough to make one of these. So I might just unravel this and make one of these in black. I think the black would look really nice. Might have to buy 1 more ball. I might make a V-neck. So, and that is it. That is all my works in progress. So last but not least, this is a short episode. Like I said, one of the reasons why I haven't recorded is because I worked on this red one that did not come out. And so that was pretty much like, I haven't recorded in like 5 weeks, but 3 of those weeks, I think I was just working on this, and I don't really have much to show for that. So yeah, I have a couple of acquisitions in my future plans, and I'll be right back with that. Gotta go check on my toddler real quick. All right, and our last thing, I'm going to talk about acquisitions and future plans. So one of the acquisitions, which I actually already finished, was of course the blue yarn in this Daruma cotton linen Ramie, which I actually love. Ooh, that looks very 4th of July-ish. And I have some of it left. I really like this color. I think it goes really well with my skin tone. The white looks really nice, and I think a blue would look really good for me too. It's currently on sale at my local yarn shop, so I might go for a short sleeve shirt like this. I found that I only need 3 balls. I think I used the tiniest bit just for like the sleeve of this 4th one, but I could always make if I'm doing a compound raglan, it won't be so big on the body, and I should be able to be fine with just using 3. But I did also pick up a different yarn. Let me see if I can. I had a little bit of time, and I ran, and this one was also on sale. And this is the brand and the marketing. It's Sawada Ito. I do not speak Japanese, and I'd have to use my phone to Google Translate the image, but I'll write it down underneath what the make of it is. I'm pretty sure a good portion of it is cotton. Come on, focus. It's 60% something and 40% something else. So I'm pretty sure touching it, it's 60% cotton, probably 40% linen or something. And I got 5 balls. They are 50 grams each, so this should be enough to make a top like this. For this one, I'm thinking of doing a different construction. It feels thinner than this one. I think this one feels a little bit more substantial. It's got more air in it. This one's got just a higher twist, and I think the plies seem a little bit smaller. Looks like it has 6 plies. I know that one has 4 plies. So this is also going to be a tee, and I really need to knit this one up before I buy any other yarn, no matter how on sale it is. So that's an upcoming one. So that's both an acquisition and a future plan. With this one, I'm thinking I might do a drop shoulder within the sleeve coming in. I need to look at how it's made. I might follow a pattern. I might do something self-drafted like this one, which I really enjoy doing. And then another self-drafted pattern that I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna make this same one. I can meet gauge with this Knitting for Olive pure silk. It's almost the same color. This is more of a white, and the pure silk looks a little bit murkier. You can see the difference but I really want to try this one, and I am almost wishing I would have made this top out of the pure silk before putting all of that knitting effort into the cotton one, because I really want to try. I really want to work this, but I don't want it to look exactly like this one, so I need to maybe come up with a different construction form. Might actually make a true button band open front that I then put buttons a little bit, like a lot more often. This might be a non-fake button band looking thing with this one. So that's another future plan. And then I have a pattern release coming out August 12th. It's currently in testing, and I'm really excited for it. I'm really nervous. This is the first time I'm done a pattern like this, and it is I call it my dandelion sweater. My daughter has worn this so much. I need to get some more photos before the release, and because this one, she's worn it so much, you can see all the pilling there. I think I'm going to make her a new one for her to model for me. And so I have the yarn, and I sort of already started, so you could consider this a work in progress, but I think I was testing out my stitch count for the smallest size to see how big it came out. And so I need to unravel it and then start over and make, so the pink will be the yellow, and instead of cream, it's going to be this gray. And I need to have her try this on a day that it's not scorching in the house and see what size, if I make her the same size, which is the size, I've labeled it age 8. It's also a 30 inch chest circumference. So I might make the same size. I might make this next size up for her. But yeah, this one's in testing and it'll be out August 12th, and I'm super excited and nervous. And then as I get close to doing this one, I felt that I also needed to make one for my son. So I got blue and blue and gray for him as well. And my plan is, instead of doing the little flower petal detail, I might do, and it's gonna be blue, so it might, I thought it would maybe look too Charlie Brown, but I'm gonna maybe do zigzags for his, have it come to a point at the bottom of the petal instead of being round, have it come up and down and up and down, and have it just be a zigzag, but then within the same amount of rows as this one, and have it be a little bit more masculine because he's a boy, not that it matters. But and then if it looks really cute, I might just add as an extra the chart to make it a zigzag instead of a petal around loop. And then he could have a zigzag one, because I know he's gonna want, like, he was trying to wrap this one. He's 2 turning 3 soon, and he was trying to wrap this one and put this one on himself. And so I know he's gonna need one as well. And so those are my future plans, which I actually need to get going on the sweaters and maybe put aside some of my summer knitting, because like I said, the pattern will be out August 12th and it's in testing right now. My testers have finished some and I've seen pictures, and it is just so amazing to see someone else knit your vision and see it come out and how it works. And so I'm so excited to see that and see how all of them finish up. And so yeah, eek. I'll be talking about it again once it comes out. I'll definitely be mentioning it again here on my podcast, with obviously a link for you to get a copy of the pattern too. But super excited about that. August 12th. I got a lot of work to do between now and then. I want to make the 2 samples. So I want to make a new sample to be able to take photos with the pink and the gray, and I want to make a more masculine version for my son. And if the zigzag doesn't work out, my other idea for him is to just, I think these are six rows where we do the color work, just working 3 rows, switching just to the other color and have it be color blocked, which would also look lovely. Like it just be like a straight line switch between the 2 around the circle. Call it the circle sweater. Super simple and wonderful. So yeah, life stuff. My son is turning 3 soon. We're due to return back to the States from Japan in the fall. School's out for the summer. I'm gonna have a 3rd grader this next fall, and husband's work is busy. Japan, it's full on summer, it's very hot. And if I remember correctly from last year, it gets hotter. So if you can hear a noise in the background too, that is, we have a swimming pool. Our house abuts the backside of a school, and the school has a pool. Most of the time it doesn't make a difference except for like 3 or 4 weeks in the summer where they all do swim lessons, these junior hires, and so they're a little bit loud. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to be back in about 2 weeks with another podcast episode. I'm not making any promises though, just because it has been a busy time. We've been doing some traveling here in Japan as our time is getting close to being done. The kiddos are home a lot more, so it's been busy. But yeah, I hope you are well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.